Excuse me. Hey, what's up, Keith? Gonna be doing all those things I talked about yesterday. And yeah, I am going to use a CNC for this board. I actually slept in this morning. That doesn't ever happen. Oh, I finally got into bed at about quarter to 9 and went, man, I've already wasted the morning sleeping. Shouldn't have been doing that. I need that. I don't need that right now. I'm going to use that later. Just getting set up. All right. Throw that down there because that's where it's going to live. This can move. And I like your idea of sanding that big dowel. I'm going to give that a shot. Let's actually see how tall this is. See how far down I need to sand it. Hopefully, 11, almost 11 and a half inches, I think. Let's see how deep my sander goes. Check that out real quick. If I can get that to work. Just enough space on the sander. Okay, cool. Let me get some power to that bad boy. Which actually it's plugged in right now. That's good. All right. I'm gonna give this a shot, see what happens. Let's see how this goes. Hey, what's up, Shoot? Did you guys get your board? I'm like 99% sure I sent that out. No. Okay. Then I'm 1% unsure about it. I will double check everything. Hopefully I didn't send it to the wrong place because, well, as Keith can attest and my father can attest, I sent some things to the wrong places. Well, I didn't. The place I use for shipping did. They mixed up the labels. I printed them out at the store and then handed them to them. I had the names written on the boxes and they screwed up and I told them whose was whose, but I didn't stay to verify that they put them on the right boxes. So people got the wrong stuff. That's what happened. But hopefully that's not the case. Haven't got nothing. Okay, well, it should be. I'll check my Shippo account and see where that's at. I'll do that in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to attempt to make this thinner by sanding it and rotating it. See what happens here. me give that a measurement. I started out at 1.3 inches in diameter. I need to get down to less than 1.25 inches. I don't have to take off a whole lot. Let's see here. Pull up the calipers. Let's see where we're at here. One 1.28. 27 if I 1.28. 0.28. I still need another 0.03 inches off. So, I probably need to change out the sandpaper. I don't know if I have another one. I can't remember. I'll make it work for now. We're kicking up sand. All right, let's see here. That's 1.24 by that. 1.24. This spot that's a little wide. No, I think we might have it. 1.26 there. I might have to come down a little bit more. Let's see if it fits. That's the ultimate test. See if it fits in the hole. Over. All right, let's see here. If I push it, it'll go. Yep. All right, good. That's what I want, is a nice tight fit. Now the interesting part is going to be the 2x4 I got to put in there. Actually, do I even need to do that? Or is this going to work? I don't know that I need to. I could put just the one on the bottom just to keep it from wobbling. Yeah, that should work. Cool. I don't even need to do the top piece that I was going to do, just a piece on the bottom, which I can do with 4x4. Should be a little bit steadier. Drill that on the drill press. All right. Hey, one project is basically done at this point. I just got to attach the sign to it. Spray it a little bit more. Sweet. Now, that's done. I'll do the excuse me, the base of it in a little bit. I want to get working on the CNC here. Start figuring this out. So let's move all this crap off the CNC. Hold on, be right back. Need my water bottle. Okay, so tape measure. And let's go ahead and figure this out. All right, so I'm going to use the bowl bit, and I want to go about 1.25 inches from either end. I go 1.25 inches. My bowl bit, I think. Where is it? I just had it. Oh, right there. This is 3/4 inch wide. I don't know. I don't need to go the full depth. Three-quarters of an inch. Okay. That's what it says on the packaging. So if I leave it at 1.25 inches, that puts the edge pretty close to the, let's go 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches in. All right. 1.5 inches. Half. Half. 1.5 inches. Guess what? 1.5 inches. Hey, what's up, Dad? Aren't you getting ready for your show? Let's see. I don't know where my framing square is, but I've got this. This will work. Just draw a straight line. I want to verify it's actually going to follow. No, yeah, that'll work. Want to make sure when I test it, it's going to follow the line. My other mark. There it is. Just got to the theater. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so I got that marked out where I want it. And now to square the piece up to the CNC. So you plug the CNC in. Unplug the laser. Plug in the CNC. Maybe. Wish it were USB-C, but it's not. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right, that's all plugged in. Move that. Get my clamps loosened up. And this is going to be a multi-step process to get this set up. Let's move that out of the way. Don't need that right now. Okay. So I do have some marks on here that I can use to roughly guess what's going to be square. If I follow that line, in theory, that should be pretty square, but we'll verify it. Pop that off. Oh, I definitely don't want the flattening bit on there. Turn it on. I need to put the right tool in. So for this, and I'm actually going to use my my bit setter as well to get the corner. What do I need later on? I need my V-bit later on. So let's find that. Which one is this? It's a ball nose. Ah, there's a V-bit. Gen A. Is that the one I want? Yeah. No, it's not what I want. Shoot. I need a end mill for this part of it. Yep. End mill for this. Oh, shoot. That means I need to change out the collet. I don't want to do that. So I'll use my bigger end mill. Yeah, I'll use my Jenny for that. Man, that's burnt. Whew. I had that going way too fast at one point. All right, so let me initialize the machine. Carbide motion. Let's put a Johnny in here. Actually, is that why I had that other one? Is that right? It's not. That must be the one for my... Oh, I gotta go open one more. There we go. All right. Get that tool out of there. Let's put this one in. Okay. That's in there. Put that away. And then finish initializing, and then get to see if this thing is straight and square. All right, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to set the edge of the bit right up against the board there. Just touching it, which is what I want. And then if I move it along the x-axis, cool. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It turned the bit just a little bit, which means it was just kissing it the whole time. A couple spots that might have been kind of a little bit longer than the other, but it is square right now. So now I can take my clamps and set those bottom right up against. All right, there's one. Two. All right. So they're up against there. Take two other clamps and put those right up against. And then tighten the jaws on the clamps. So I can push right up against that. It shouldn't move. It's not moving. This one is a different type. That's fine. Have that buttoned up right up against there. And then I can start tightening the the gator bite part of it. Doesn't need much. This one needs a lot because I really had it backed off. All right, so that's not going anywhere. Sweet. Next thing to do is take this thing, which I haven't used in a very long time. We're going to set the 0. So let me back this off. Raise that up. Put that right in the corner. The thing about this, it's kind of funky. So it's got a little magnetic attachment, sends an electrical signal. So when the bit touches the metal there, it stops moving. But I got to set it basically in the center of it. Or as close to it as I can get. That's pretty good on the Y. The X, a couple more millimeters. And then the Z just has to be below the edge of it. Okay, there we go. Probe. Select probe cycle corner. All right, so I'm going to hit begin probe and then hold this thing down because it likes to move. So it starts moving to either side of the circle, and it knows how big the hole is. So even if it's not perfectly centered, it compensates for it, and then it does the Z for the material thickness because it knows how thick it is. And then it says remove the ground clip to continue because it should move this now. Because now it's going to 0 the bit. All right, so now it should be, in theory, it's set my X and Y to that corner, and then my Z 0 to the surface of the wood. Let's check the Z first. It looks like it's probably right. So rapid Z plus 6. So that should be 6 millimeters above. I can go down to 1 millimeter increments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That says it's at Z0, but there's still a bit of a gap there. So the Z, that part of the touch probe is always off a little bit. But that's fine. Oh, this board is not exactly flat either. Maybe that part is just raised up. Actually, let's rapid to current XY. That looks pretty darn good. If I look down the center of the bit, yep. All right, cool. Now that I've got that figured out, I'm going to change my bit. No, I'll wait until I'm ready to roll. So now, actually, I'm going to move Let me move it first. Rapid 2. Let's just take it up to the back. Move it out of the way. All right, now I need to build my file. That's the easy part. There's my software. All right, let's take a look at this. So, knowing, I can share the screen easily, but I can't. All right, so I'm going to create a new file. My XY 0 is going to be the bottom left corner. Material surface is my Z. The thickness of my material is 1.5 inches. Not that that really matters for this, but single-sided. Okay. So we're going to, I need to change, edit job size and position. I need to change the size of the material. So this is 21 and 15 sixteenths. 21 and 15 sixteenths wide. 15 sixteenths. I think I can do 15 sixteenths. I think it lets me do that. Maybe not. I can't do that one in my head right now. 0.0625 under. .9375. I really could have done that in my head. The height is 18 inches. 18 inches. Okay. That's an easy one. Oh, it's already set to 18. Cool. All right, so that's my material. Then I need a...
Keep going, Kaden. Keep fucking going.
Ooh. What's up? What's up?
Nothing.
Hold on. Be right back.
Sorry. I'm going to shake Jay. We have to do this today.
I would rather tear that out than for any piece. I need to look. Oh, that's the, so remember how it was kind of leaking and stuff? Mm-hmm. This was basically the solution for now until I can replace the filters when we need to change. It's a $300 thing to change out the filters in here. But the guy said that that's probably the issue, is that the filters, there's an issue with the actual inside of there, the big filters.
Why won't they change?
They will. It costs $300 to do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, I can. That's low on my list today, but hopefully got to get to some of that. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I don't want radius corners necessarily. We'll go square. And shoot, now I got to do math again. I went 1.5 inches from either end, right? So, yeah, I went 1.5 inches from either end. So that's 3 inches. My width of my piece was 21.9375. So that would be 18.9375. And the height would be, it's not 18, it's 15 inches. Okay. That looks right. It's centered. Let me verify those numbers. Yeah, it's good there. 18.9375 and 15. Okay. So now I need to add the bowl bit to it. I need to go to toolpaths. We're going to do a profile toolpath. It's going to be on the line. And select a different tool. Which I don't have one in here. So add a group, add a tool. So we're going to call that a ball nose bit. Add tool type. Would that be a radius end mill? Form tool? Or no suitable vector selected for form tool. Vector right. Okay, so it's not a form tool. We'll go with a ball nose. Diameter is 0.75 inches. It's 2 flutes. Cutting parameters, pass depth, 0.375 inches, 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch actually is the depth of it. I don't want to go, well, it doesn't matter what the pass depth is really, but we'll go 0.125 and we'll go 1/4 of an inch deep. Feed rate 100 inches per minute, that should be good. Slow plunge rate, that's good. And we're going to call this the bowl bit. Apply. This is tool type. Okay. 3/4 inch bowl. Start up to 0. We're going to go down 0.125. We'll go 1/8 of an inch and see how that looks. Then if I need to do a second pass, I'll do a second pass. Right, is that a good depth? 1/8 of an inch? I've never done a juice groove before. Yeah, she's pretty mad. So I've never done a juice groove before. But I'm thinking 1/8 of an inch. Now we'll go the 1/4 of an inch, 0.25. Okay. That looks good. This should take 3 minutes. Save it as throw this on the desktop. This is going to be Juice Groove. Juice Groove 1. Okay. Now if we go back into Carbide Motion, we are going to load new file. Juice Groove 1. Oh no. I want to go jog. I want to set my Z. Actually, we're going to jog it to Z plus 6. Okay. Then I'm going to take it down. Whoops. God dang it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We'll take it down 3 millimeters. Set the Z. Okay. Now, now, I want to load a new tool. So I want to get the right tool in there, have it measure it, and then verify it's at the right vertical position to do what I want to do. All right, so take Gen A out, get my new bit. This is going to be a little funky too because it doesn't have a point on it. This is where having the little magnet attachment for that Z for setting the tool helps, but I lost that a long time ago. No, it still hit just inside of that thing, so that's cool. Okay. Let's now rapid to center over here. Guess I can put it back on the CNC. The camera back. All right, and then that's where it says my Z0 is. Okay. I think I like that. No, I want to go to Z plus 6. I'm going to move it down another 3 millimeters. No, I think it'll be fine. I'll just turn it on just in case. All right, so I'm going to now load the file. Done. Start the job. Hopefully this works. All right, this shouldn't cut anything because I should be cutting air, but it's going to allow me to see if it's going to follow the line I drew, or if I need to make an adjustment with the file somewhere. So I'm going to turn this on, just in case it does hit the wood, and I'd rather it cut a line than drag the bit. Just touching it. Okay, well, I thought that might happen. Yeah, I'm off a little bit vertical. Actually, the whole thing is off just a little bit. So it's a little bit too far to the right, and it's a little bit too far down. I guess I need to move it just a little bit. Right? I'm gonna just do it. I thought I stopped it, but I didn't. Okay, it's an eighth of an inch difference. All right, turn off the spindle. But I do want that to go deeper. I think that groove is not quite deep enough. So I'm going to set my zero down just a little bit now that I'm committed. All right, jog it, wrap it to Z plus 6. And then 1, 2. Yeah, we'll go my original. All right, so set 0 Z. Measure my tool. All right. Then run the file again. Load it. This time I'm going to put the vacuum on. Yep, that's good. All right, about to get really loud in here. Okay, turn that on. Turn that on. Honestly, this took more work setting it up than it did to actually do the job. It didn't actually cut. I didn't cut any through. It's right here that down in here. I said in zero. Okay. Kind of should work. Because I put it down 3 millimeters. Should have got another 3 millimeters into the board. Something would happen. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I want that to be. All right, let's jog it to the center. Let's get it up above z plus 6. Okay, done. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Okay, that's 0 right there. That's what I want now. All right, let's run a new file. It might be because I loaded the same file over again. It does that. It does a weird thing sometimes where it doesn't, like, even though you set a new 0, it runs it off the old data. So that might be the issue. Let's go ahead and start this. See what happens. All right, let's see. First pass is basically just following the existing depth. And the next pass should double this depth. I reduce that feedback a little bit. I don't like the sound of that. Wow. The dust extraction didn't really work. suction. Not right. Oh, that's fine. The bag's not full. That just means I have a clog, which happens a lot. This particular what is this? Shop Fox? I can't remember. But this dust collector gets clogged really, really easily. I'm going to check that out. Pull this off. There we go. No, that's not clogged. I got to clog somewhere else then. Where is the clog? It's not right there. Oh, there we go. Found it. It was in the hose. That doesn't happen all that often. That part too. Let's take this pipe off. Aha! Wow. There's my clog. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit, there goes all the pieces to it. Oh, geez. I got everything falling. Let's put all that back into place. The way it was. Okay. There's that. Put this back up there. Oh, Jesus. I have stuff falling everywhere. I'm covered in sawdust now. All right. Put that back there. That completely fell down. Hang that back up there. And put this back onto there. Okay. There we go. Now let's try. Now I got some good suction. Hey, that's the way it's supposed to be. There's a piece of live edge piece I did. Flattened it. It was stuck in the corner over there. And everything got kind of backed up behind it. Alright. Get some of that cleaned up anyway. Now, before I take this off, I'm going to mark the outer edge of it because the other piece should be about the same size. So if I mark that, put in my corner there, and I don't have a corner there. I do have flat edge. If I can line that up again, especially the corner, in theory, it should work. It should be the same. Where's my... Oh, there it is. All right, so loosen this. Loosen that. Take this one off. And put the next one on. They are relatively the same size. Not exactly, not precisely, but pretty close. I didn't change that at all up there. All right, so that's going to be a little bit off. I need to adjust my file just a hair, I think. Because for some reason, this is... No, that's not square. That's the problem there. Okay. Interesting. So let's line this up. Go ahead and loosen up the clamps. Okay, there's that. That one's set. That one's set. That's set. Okay. All right, it's not going anywhere. Now let's take a measurement. 2. Still the same length. Yeah, see, this one is just, it's not quite the same. It's 18 inches there, but on here, how the hell is that possible? I didn't cut it in that direction. I cut. That's weird. The board he gave me wasn't. Well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to make a trapezoid. I mean, it's only different by, that's 1/8 of an inch. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. So, with that, I'm going to load a new file. Okay, I'm going to go to jog it. This one I am going to do in the air. I want to see if it's going to look right or if I need to adjust the zero position. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Instead of adjusting the file, adjusting the zero. Okay, so that's still Z plus 6. Okay, we're going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be 10 millimeters up. That's my zero right now. So set that as my zero. Let it measure. So that way I'm definitely not going to touch the board when I do it in the air. And I don't have to turn the spindle on. Okay, done. Let us now wrap it to XY. I want to make sure that corner is good because that's where it's zeroing from. Looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, looks pretty good. Okay, wrap it to Z plus 6. And we're going to run this job. I'm going to start the spindle, then I'm going to turn it off just in case, for whatever reason, it hits the wood. Yeah, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put a pencil mark that follows the bit. I can kind of get an idea what that's looking like. Oh, whew. I thought that was going to go into the wood. Okay, I have that mark. Now it's going to finish that up. All right, let's check these lines. That's 1.5 inches. It's roughly 1.5 inches. It's a little bit over 1 inch. That was a better mark, 1.5 inches. Okay, cool. I think it's actually in the right spot. So that means I can run the file. If anything, will be off 1/8 at most. So now I need to jog it to the center. Reset my 0. It should be -10. So go Z plus 6 and then -10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, off a little bit. 5, 6. That is touching right there. Okay. So set my Z. And then I can run the file. With proper suction this time. Oh my God. Okay. Done that. Load new file. Start the job. One more measurement. All right, hearing protection because it gets loud. Turn that on. Turn that on. Okay. That's done. Okay. 2 cutting boards done. Just have to throw them in the laser now. I'll do that a little bit later. All right, I'm gonna sand these, put them on the laser, and then oil them. And I can get them to that guy today. That's the plan, anyway. The next is, where's my piece? Is it this one? Is it that one? This is, ooh, there we go. I have this piece of cedar here. It's flat enough. But the piece I want to use, yeah. Actually, I threw this one up here with this size. No, that was not the right size. Is that even, is that cedar? It might not be. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might not have the right piece of wood. I think this is cedar. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's so much in here. Yep, this is cedar. This is going to be big enough. I'm just going to get to it. So much random stuff everywhere. Come on. There we go. Perfect. That's the right piece. That's the right piece of wood for this project. All right. You can hold us more cedar, it looks like. That's definitely going to do it. All right. This is the right piece. This is walnut or cherry. All right. So this is going to be a plaque. This one's going to be done from the center. So roughly there. That's about centered. Okay. I need to measure the thickness of that. Go back to my calipers. Okay. This takes a while. This is a 45-minute carve. This is 0.98 inches. Call it 0.98. Okay. 0.98 inches. This is a fun one. All right. It's been a long time since I've cut this. I need to go into decarve. All right. So, working with, hopefully you guys can see that. Working in 3D or 2.5D anyway, in VCarve is kind of funky. I think I have this file ready to go, but we'll see. All right, so I need to open the file. CNC desktop. There we go, CNC files. Chief. U.S. Navy, there we go. Dolphin cedar, Dolphin's walnut. No, that's not it. Uh-oh, where's my file? Oh, that's what Chief said right there. Okay. Oh, let me make sure I have the right. I'd hate to do it for a chief and it's a senior chief. She. It is chief. Okay. Okay. I'll add that at the end. So it's Chief Cedar. I don't have one in there. Doesn't matter. I can do the walnut 9-inch. There we go. You don't want to save the changes. I never need that file again. Okay. So there it is right there. Edit, job size and position. It's going from the center. Thickness is 0.98 inches. Okay. And I'm zeroing from the machine. No, material surface. Do I want to do it that way? Let's go. Let's see if I go from the machine bed. Yep, all toolpath. All right, now let's preview it. Nope, that is not right at all. I hate it when it does that. The bowl part of it, the recess part, does funky things, and it's because I'm zeroing from the bit. So let me zero from the machine surface instead, or from the material surface. There we go. Now it looks right. So it's basically taking my zero. If when I had it on the bed, it's dropping the center part down because it's referenced to that. It's referenced to zero. So I would have to go into this file and adjust that. It's a pain to do though, so I didn't want to do that. I've run into that problem before. Why is it not cutting all the way through? Because my toolpath doesn't tell it to. Profile toolpath, that's the one. Let's adjust that. 0.98 inches. Ah, there we go. Now it cuts all the way through. Okay. And that's what this plaque is going to look like. Now I need to also adjust the V-carve toolpath because that's my 60-degree V-bit. Is that the one I want to use? That's what I've always used. Okay. For my roughing, I'm using Gen A. Okay. For my finish, I'm using 1.5 millimeter ball nose. Let's see what it looks like if I use instead my other Jenny bit. So this is okay. Let's select my Jenny, which I don't have saved, I don't think. So I'm gonna have to go to their website. Okay, Jenny bits, tool database. Open the database in Vedrick, select import, locate, select the file from your desktop, hit open, okay? So let me download that. Put that on the desktop. Import a database. We'll read the tools under the selected group. Merge will merge incoming groups with the current. No overwriting. Let's go to merge. There we go, Jenny. Skinny Jenny. This is just the Jenny. Lower the stuff over to 0.8. Is that the right? That just says the Jenny. Tapered bone nose. I'm looking at the wrong. Looking at the wrong container. Looks like the right container. I don't have the container for this one, but this is, I'm like 100% sure that's my, oh man, I can't read that. I have bad eyes. Let's see if we can see the details here. Shit, I can't read it. It's on there. I just can't read it. Is that the Yoniko? I think that might be the Yoniko. Damn it. All right, I need one of my children to tell me what this says. Son of a gun. Hold on, guys. Ella, I need your help. I need your young eyes to read this for me. I can't see it. Huh?
My eyes are also a piece of junk, so you're probably going to get to the phone.
Well, you're going to be able to see a lot better than I can. I need you to read what it says here. Like you can put it in the light over here if you need to.
Endpoint M A or O X 3000 parentheses E O comma 1 parentheses 2021 11.
Can you see what the name is?
Freud. Freud.
And what does that say right there?
7,200. 7,203. 7,000. 72,300.
No, it doesn't. That little bit right there?
Yeah. 72300.
Really? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, it's Freud. That's what it is. This is a Freud bit. I don't have the case for that. So now I need to look them up. All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That's a Freud. All right. Damn it. Let's look up Freud. Specialty bits? No, it'd be CNC router bits. That's what it would be. There it is, tapered ball nose. Which one is it? 72300 or 400? Can I see that? I still can't. She could, though. Hey, was that 72300 or 72400? 300? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, let's see here. So that's it right there. Okay, so 1/32 of an inch at the tip, 6.2 degrees, 3 flutes. So what was that, 1/32, which is 0.0312, I think. 1 divided by 32. Yep. So it's the same as this, the Skinny Jenny. Now the side angle is 6.2 degrees. So that's different. So get rid of that. Add that. Okay. Calculate. And then, so that's the finishing. The roughing used, which bit? 1/4 inch end mill. Instead of that, instead of the 1/4 inch end mill, I'm going to use, is this a Jenny? This is exciting, I know. So that is the right one there. For the roughing pass, I should probably use a ball nose upcut. There's my MC etcher. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just leave that the same. Unless, what's the yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll just leave that the same. So I'm gonna need that bit for a couple pieces, that for a couple pieces. So I have the 1/4 inch end mill for the roughing. So I'm going to name that actually rename. So 3D roughing to 1/4 end mill. Okay. Finish is journey. The V carve. That's my normal V carve. That's I know which one that is. And then profile, that is the end mill. Rename. 1/4 and mill. So I only need 3 bits for this. That's my 60-degree V carve. Okay. So I want to go and recalculate all. Preview them all. Looks nice. How long is this going to take to do everything? We're looking at 1 hour and 40 minutes. Okay. So with that, I'm going to close out the live for right now. And then I'll be back later to show you guys the end result of this. Because we don't need to sit here and watch my machine run for the next 2 hours. Oh, and before, I want to renumber these files. So the profile is the last one. That should be a 4. Edit. Nope. Rename. This is 4. I have to do a bunch of tool changes, but that's what I want to do. So I'm going to start with a V-carve, do a roughing pass, a finish pass, and then cut it out of the wood. Yes. Okay. So now I can save this. And save the toolpaths. Visible toolpaths to one. It won't let me do that because oh, actually, let's reorder these. Oh, they're all tool number 1. Shoot. Both these tool number 1, but our geometry of the tools is different. Multiple files. There we go. This is going to be CNC. Chief said. Chief and cedar. Let me get rid of these. Ah, son of a bitch. Save the toolpaths. Today is 3/15/26. Save. Let's see if it actually saved correctly. Desktop CNC files. That's what Chief said. Chief Cedar. Yep, I have 4 files there. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, I'm going to. Oh, hey, Jock. Hey, Thunder Gouge. How's it going? I just got done doing. Putting juice grooves with the CNC into these big ass cutting board pieces that a neighbor wanted me to do. I got to sand those still. Now I have to carve a plaque with the CNC, and I just got the tool path worked out, but I don't want to just leave the live on running and watching my CNC do its thing. So I'm gonna get off, and I'll come back on a little bit later as it gets into the actual the carving of the 2.5D part of it, and then finish that up and clean it up, and we can see that magic happen. But I have a couple things I need to do in the house while I'm doing the boring parts, the roughing passes, and things. So anyway, I'll be back a little bit later. Stop by, say hi, check to see what's going on. If you're around in about an hour, you can check out my dad's Facebook page. I think he's going to do it on his personal page. If not, look, you can look for the Foggy Dew. They're doing a live concert today, some Irish music for St. Patrick's Day. So he's going to stream that on Facebook. Doesn't have enough people on YouTube yet to stream YouTube, but check him out. I grew up with that music. Grew up going to those shows and stuff. Good time. And yeah, I'll be back a little bit later and see how everybody's afternoon's going and see if we can finish up a couple more projects today. So ta-ta for now. And I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Go make something.